UFC 314 has just wrapped up. What a card it was. But I'm going to be giving fights that should happen and a little reaction to the fights that did happen. So, starting with the winners, Alexander Volkanovski had an amazing performance over Diego Lopez. I did say on the breakdown I can definitely see Volkanovski being too fast for him, and that's exactly what he was. He was using his pull counters very fucking well, and I just feel like Volkanovski can beat fighters who are taller than him. I feel like that's just a thing that's good for him. But when it comes to shorter fights like an Ilia Topuria with a good boxing, I think he will struggle with them. And that's what I sort of took from that fight. I think any sort of taller, lanky fighter, Volkanovski is just going to beat them. And just for clarification, it wasn't a 5-0 domination. Volk got dropped in a round and showed great endurance. He did not get a 5-0 decision. It was either 4-1 or 3-2. I had it 3-2. But regardless, it was still a great performance from Volkanovski that he definitely won. And Evloev should definitely be getting the next title shot, as much as I hate the guy. Just decision merchant, doesn't know what a finish is. Or I'm supposed to finish fight. Doesn't understand that. Doesn't understand the concept of finishing a fight. But yeah, it should be Evloev next. He's on a massive win streak. He's beating great guys. Robbed my boy Arnold Allen. I'm still salty over that, and it happened like over a year ago. He robbed Arnold Allen so hard. But yeah, we'll get to the next winner. I think Paddy Pimblett should be taking on Topuria. But first, his performance over Michael Chandler needs to be talked about, because he genuinely had a better performance than the top fives. He had a better performance than Gaethje. He had a better performance than Dustin, who you can argue lost the first 2 rounds against Chandler. And he did better than Charles Oliveira too. Charles Oliveira got dropped in the first fight and then finished Chandler in the second round. And then in the second fight, he dominated him for 4 rounds and almost got battered in the last fight. Paddy Pimblett dominated start to finish. How they scored the first round for him, I don't understand. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett dominated that. He's now in top contentions. I'm not going to lie, his boxing is so sus. It's going to get him knocked out one day. It definitely is. Someone who's like, probably like an Ilia Topuria, which is probably isn't good. But I think now is a great time to make this fight, purely off of just the hatred they have for each other. Even though they were whole, like, fucking touching each other's hand and that. What the fuck do you call it? Handshake. That was the word I'm looking for. Handshaking each other at the first fight press conferences and that, and I'm just like, and now you want to go back to hating each other then? What the fuck? But yeah, Topuria, you're not getting your title shot. If you're not getting your title shot, you may as well fight Pimblett. It's a money fight, and everyone's intrigued by it. And I think Paddy by tomorrow will probably be about 6 or 7 ranked. You're not going to get instantly into the top 5. It just isn't going to happen. Especially with the current top 5ers. You know, it took like years for them to actually fight on people who aren't in that sort of region. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria should happen next. Yeah, and also just to back on this, Volkanovski will hopefully beat the absolute piss out of Evloev. And I think with this fight, Topuria and Pimblett, I think it's a very, very, very close fight. I'd probably edge it to Topuria though, just because the boxing defense is so poor from Paddy. But we don't know how good Ilia is at 155, so I don't know. I really don't know. I've got a feeling he's going to be too small. But yeah, on to the next fight. I should have put this at the end, but Rodriguez had a great performance. Well, not really a great performance. It was an alright performance against Pitbull, some Bellator scrub. And he should be fighting Lopez next because they had beef at the press conference, and it was... I'd be lying if I wasn't laughing my ass off when that was happening. I'm just saying. It's like being on a road full of immigrants, and then they're just like... He's screaming over each other, and you can't help but laugh. you just can't help but laugh. But yeah, it was fucking funny. I think we should see the fight. And if it's a fight night, we need a press conference specifically for these two. Just to we don't do press conferences for fight nights. This is why we need one for these two specifically. Bring it back for these two only. Yeah, and as well, Lopez did do well against Volk. He dropped him in a round. You know, he did well in that second round too. He was landing good shit. Yeah, it was a really good fight, that fight, That people don't talk about that fight, like how good it was. Well, I know people were talking about how Volk wasn't taking Lopez's offer to stand in the centre and swing, because that's what you do when you're winning a fight. Not everyone's got a chin like Max Holloway, But yeah, this will be a great fight too, because Jair Rodriguez is always dangerous. Lopez is dangerous, and for this, you know what? I'd probably edge it to Lopez when Rodriguez goes for a body kick or something and he just throws a cross across the centre and probably puts Rodriguez down. But yeah, on the next fight to make. Fuck. Silva won. Silva won last night, made it look easy against Bryce Mitchell. Very sad for me, because I wanted Bryce to win, because, hell, wanting people to win who speak their mind openly and don't care about the repercussions. What a bad guy I must be, But it's not even just that. It's just like people who openly speak their mind, even if they're wrong, I just support it anyway, because there's too much pitting people now. Just like, you can't say that. But yeah, the type of people who say you can't say that are the type of people who are now supporting Gene Silva. Yeah, and he also put on his IG the day before, "This is for Israel," and I was just like, oh, fuck this guy, man. I liked you before that. I actually liked you. I was like, you're going to go far in the division, but now you've done all this shit. I don't like you, but yeah, he had a really good performance. He showed great takedown defense, great ninja chokes, guillotines, the whole lot. He literally showed that jiu-jitsu is no longer soy. But yeah, Sterling's coming over loss over Evloev. And I think they're going to give Silva a big bump up. So if you're going to give him a big bump up, please be against Sterling. And if you are going to beat him, please be a brutal knockout, because I'm sick of him and his fucking team taking advantage of that grounded opponent rule. That still isn't fixed. It still isn't fixed. Not 100%. But yeah, just rush him to the title at this point, because we need contenders for Volk after he beats Evloev's ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, I can't really talk about this fight because I'm so livid about it. But yeah, Gene Silva did really fucking well. Really fucking well. But so did Mitchell, to be fair. He should really go, not really good, but he should striking. His striking got a bit better, like his kicks and that. He was getting really good on Gene Silva's calf, but we're going to have to move on. Oh, Dominic Reyes. I love Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes, I thought either it was going to be Krylov is going to rush in and KO Reyes, or Reyes is going to pull counter. But he didn't even pull counter. He waited for him to rush in and then just countered him. It was no jab and then coming with a cross. He literally just did the Conor Aldo over again. It was a great thing, and I think Reyes has still got it. I'm just very worried about his chin. But yeah, I think Blachowicz coming off of a loss versus Reyes. And it should be Blachowicz or Rakic, either of the two. But I wouldn't mind a Rakic just purely off of just me not. I do like Blachowicz. I think he would have beaten Prime John Jones, but I'm not allowed to say that apparently. It's just I just think it's a fact at this point. But yeah, Dominic Reyes had a really good performance. I think he should fight either Rakic or Blachowicz too. Either of the two. I was going to put them both on the screen, but then I kind of rushed the making of these slideshows. So, yeah. On the next fight. Emmett. Well, Iga had a really great performance against... who was it even against? Oh, the big fucking lanky fella, right. Literally Jack Skeleton. the guy that looks like salad fingers. I can't take that guy seriously when he fights because I can't watch him and I'd be like, oh, he's using this really well. I'm just laughing at him. I'm just laughing at him. But Danny Ige got a win over him. Bullshit stoppage. He was winning the first 2 rounds. Close rounds though. I guess you could have given one to Sean Woodson. But yeah, Danny Ige is a cool guy. He has power at featherweight. So does Emmett. They've already had this fight, which I cannot remember. Apparently it was on the Dustin Oliveira card. I don't remember watching this fight, but it's a rematch. But the thing is, all these featherweights have all fought each other, so you're going to have to make rematches when they win from outside the rankings. But yeah. Yeah. Emmett on a loss. He lost to Emmett. Emmett lost to Emmett. Great one, mate. Emmett lost to Murphy. So I think the next great fight you can make is just these two rerunning it. Give Ige a bit of a bump up as he's been on a bit of a skid recently. Who did he lose to before Murphy? Oh, Diego Lopez. All right. He took a fight on 1 minute notice, essentially. And he fights Diego Lopez, doesn't go his way, fair enough, it's Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez beats the entire division, probably, yeah. Right? Then you go from fighting Diego Lopez to asking for a rematch for taking that fight on short notice and saving the card, essentially, because there was fuck all on it, except from the main event. And they give you Murphy on the Ilya Holloway card. And then, after that, there should have been a... And then after that, after he loses them two, which he did win the Murphy fight, he landed... Murphy did win the Ige fight. He landed more damage in that fight, which is surprising because it's Murphy. But he did win that fight. It was close, but it was a close fight that he lost. And now he had to fight someone coming out of the rankings. And he won a round at least. It probably should have been 1-1. But yeah, now that he's won, I reckon you have to make Emmett versus Ige. But we'll move on to... Is it losers now? Yeah, losers of the card. Well, we already know this. Great fight to make. But moving on. Chandler should fight Moicano. Chandler, you've looked absolutely fucking dog shit recently. You've looked dog shit throughout your career. I genuinely just think that Moicano just should get the shot. He took Makhachev on in short notice. Yes, he fought for a title short notice. Save the card, essentially. But you really need to... You need to give him respect for taking that, because he could have easily been like, no, I need preparation. But Moicano was like, fuck it, I can't afford to lose, and he lost. But, this fight is a fight that should happen. It really should just happen. Who else are you going to give Chandler? I mean, I saw him in Guru's video. He said give him someone outside the rankings. I'm not all against that. Because what has Chandler done other than get constant rematches against people who he doesn't deserve to fight, let's be for real. Like, if Moicano was in the top 5 and just kept on fighting top 5 opponents and losing, he would instantly be fighting like 6th, 7th, 8th. But Chandler doesn't, so give him Moicano. In all fairness, I know he didn't drop Islam, but he did drop Islam. But yeah, moving on. Pitbull, why have I cropped it so small? Anyway, Pitbull looked terrible, in all honesty, against Yair Rodriguez. It might have, I've seen, Orban Elliott talk about, how you get, UFC jitters and stuff like that. Maybe that's what Pitbull got. So I think we should give him one more chance in the rankings, and you should fight Calvin Kattar, who's just lost to what is his fucking name? The weird looking guy, the Moroccan. What's his name? Zalal. He fought Ilya in his debut. But yeah, it's a fight that should happen. Just should happen. We haven't really got much to say about it. Next, Mitchell. Mitchell, you've put yourself in a position now where you have to fight someone coming up. If Dan Ige gets that treatment, you're going to have to get that treatment. So, Nathaniel Wood, an Englishman. You're going to have to fight the Englishman and defend your position in the rankings. Which is going to be really fucking sad as well. It's going to be very fucking sad. Because after this, if he loses to Wood, as I would predict him to lose, I reckon he would probably be about 15 in the rankings. And then Wood would probably be 14 and Ige would be 13. That's probably how it would be. Which would make zero sense because Mitchell's beat Danny Ige in a very close fight. But yeah, you've put yourself in that position now. I think Mitchell should honestly take about 6 months out of the cage and just focus on his striking. Because if your striking is good and your setups are good for takedowns, then it makes your grappling 10 times better. Your grappling is amazing when you get people down to the mat and their back is on the floor. Like this guy took down Ilia Topuria, yeah? You know what I mean? And you're saying he couldn't take down Gene Silva. So how good is Gene Silva? So, yeah, I'm saying maybe Bryce Mitchell should fight Wood. And I haven't watched a lot of Wood fights I can remember, so I'd probably give this one to Wood. But I would be rooting for the both of them, because one's English and one's just freedom of speech in a nutshell. But yeah, we need to move on. Krylov lost to Dominic Reyes. Nothing to be sad about, because Dominic Reyes beat the absolute piss out of John Jones, who is apparently the GOAT. Not my GOAT, but apparently the GOAT, according to people who allow drug use and all that type of stuff. But yeah, Krylov versus Manifield. I don't think this fight's happened. I looked on the records, wasn't there. They may as well just do it. Krylov could probably beat Manifield. He had a very slugfest against... Was this guy? Yeah, he fought not too long ago, so they'll be wanting to get back in around similar time. He won that fight too, Manifield, so... Yeah, and if this is that final slide... Oh no. Why have I put this twice? Yeah, I don't know why I've done that. Oh yeah, because I just switched some of these up. But yeah, this is like just a quick thing. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment what you think fight should happen.